third and final day of the 2024 Nigeria Fintech Week set the stage for fresh insights into emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and how they will bolster the digital economy and transform other relevant industries. Dr. Kashifu Inuwa Abdullahi, Director General CEO of the National Information Technology Development Agency, represented by Dr. Emmanuel Edet, Acting Director, Regulations and Compliance, delivered the keynote on global artificial intelligence regulation, the role of Africa and the global south, which also featured a panel discourse.
As we stand at the precipice of a new technological era, one driven by artificial intelligence, we must consider not just the immense potential of these technologies, but also our responsibility in shaping their development and deployment. Artificial intelligence is not just another technology. It is a paradigm shift that promises to reshape every aspect of our lives, from healthcare, education, all the way to agriculture and even governance itself. The transformative power of artificial intelligence offers unparalleled opportunities for growth, innovation, problem solving. However, it also presents a unique challenge that requires careful consideration and proactive measures. As we witness the rapid deployment of AI technologies primarily in the global north, it is crucial that we, the nations of Africa and the global south, assert our place in this evolving landscape. Our participation is not just beneficial, it is essential for ensuring that AI serves the interests of all humanities, not just the privileged few in advanced countries. The regulatory landscape for AI is still in its infancy. While nations like the United States, China, and the European Union are making strides in developing AI governance framework, these efforts often reflect their specific context and priorities. However, AI's impact will be global. It is already global, and its regulation must be global as well. AI technologies must be designed and regulated in ways that reflect diversity of the world, not just the interest of a few technologically advanced nations. Africa and the global south must advocate for inclusivity in global AI governance, ensuring that our unique contexts and challenges, such as infrastructure gaps, education system, and social values are considered. We must champion AI systems that are culturally adaptive and contextually aware. One of the most pressing concerns in AI is algorithmic bias. As AI systems increasingly influence critical decisions from job placement to credit approvals and even law enforcement, it is imperative that these systems are fair. The Global South must be part of global discussions to ensure that AI does not exacerbate existing inequalities, and we must collaborate to set ethical standards that prioritize fairness and transparency in AI decision-making.
Other panel discussions for the day covered regulatory frameworks for digital finance, balancing innovation and security, generative artificial intelligence applications for education and health in Africa, presentations on use cases for generative AI in financial services, leveraging biometric technology for enhanced KYC and fraud prevention, and product pitches. Industry leaders in the artificial intelligence and digital finance space speak further on regulations, enabling laws, infrastructure, and opportunities to leverage emerging technologies for Nigeria and Africa's economic transformation.
AI is more than just a technology. It's absolutely a game changer that can be applied in every sector, and the finance sector is not exclusive. So with the build-up of capacity, both in providing solutions and deployment as well as governance, Nigeria stands a chance because we do have the largest population in Africa, for example, and it mainly comprises of young people. So it's an opportunity for us to not only join the economic potential that AI portends, but also an opportunity for us to thrive, especially we consider the Africa Free Trade Zone Agreement that has been signed. Nigeria should be able to benefit using artificial intelligence as a tool of analysis and data gathering that will eventually provide us with that economic advantage that comes with our population and the young ones.
We are not starting from ground zero. We have the Nigerian Data Protection Act, which basically encapsulates most of what you find in more advanced legal frameworks like the GDPR. So that will address most of the data protection needs in AI in that space, and also for us to be able to avoid what are called the intelligence trap, to ensure that our local context, our narratives, and our own experiences come to play now AI is developed. So I think that if our legal framework can sort of think about all these facets of issues, features, and capabilities, then Nigeria will be the better for it.
AI governance is important, and it's one thing that my consulting company, Bola Additional Consultants, is really trying to push. Because without governance, governance is the building block, and without governance, you cannot move forward. Think people, industries, sectors like the fintech need guardrails to be able to guide them, and they need the appropriate frameworks to be able to guide them in the development of AI.
Apart from deepening financial inclusion, I would say that fintechs and payment service bank have a role in driving innovation, have a role in driving, tailoring better products for those who are underserved, unserved, and even for those who are already part of financial ecosystem. So the role and is to provide. To drive innovation through applying artificial intelligence through applying data analytics to better understand the customer needs and to create a product and services that would be secured for the users and that would provide services that they need.
The event highlight was a formal inauguration of the 2024 to 2026 FinTech Association of Nigeria Council and a dinner to wrap up what has been an eventful 3-day event for the Nigerian fintech industry.
The next 2 years promises to be exciting, and in the next few days, we will be unveiling our agenda to drive so many laudable initiatives for the association. Primarily, our goal is to drive PIE, what we call the PI strategy. P is for participation, and we'll come out with a lot of things around the new formation of communities of practice and thematic leadership for the organization. We want to drive wider inclusion, and by the grace of God, when we wrap up this tenure, we should be having an association that will be speaking of membership in hundreds of thousands. For I, we're talking about innovation, driving hyper digitization, and you can see from the quality of the members of GovCo, we are backed by ex-regulators, we have the academia, we have the consulting community, cybersecurity, just name it. It's a GovCo that cannot fail. So we are bent on driving digitization and representing what the association truly stands for. And E stands for expansion. We are going to annex this association in every geopolitical zone in the country. By this time next year, God's willing, we should have FinTech Nigeria physical embodiment sitting in every zone, from the northeast to the south-south, to the southwest, southeast, north-central, and to the northwest.
The 7th edition of the annual FinTech conference, which is tagged Nigeria Fintech Week, has come and gone. And year in, year out, we see improvements. We see more opportunities for the FinTech industry and for Nigeria And this year has been exceptional, with participants coming from all over the world and with a large population, particularly of young people, young entrepreneurs, with a lot of support from regulators. Every regulator in the financial service industry and technology industry were present. And one of the things that I actually enjoyed more was the roundtable this afternoon between the key regulators. SecDG was there, NCC was there, NFIU was there, and all of them were there speaking with the young innovators, the fintech gurus, the blockchain and cryptocurrency guys, talking to them about their concerns and the way they can operate seamlessly and following the rules and regulations. So it's been a very, very great 3 days of Nigeria Fintech Week.
I talked about the PI strategy, which is going to guide our execution. Of course, P being for participation. We want everyone to participate, regardless of the kind of membership, your age, or demography. So we want the young, the old, fintech, auxiliary sectors to be a part of what their organization is doing. You don't have to be a part of the governing council to do something. So we want to run a tenure where everyone participates, setting up communities of practice and ensuring that we open up the membership and grow it into hundreds of thousands and possibly millions in the next 2 years. Then we have the innovation bit, driving hyper digitization and ensuring that whatever it is, Fintech Association of Nigeria becomes the benchmark for digitization when it comes to ecosystem interactions. Then the last is expansion. Having to annex Fintech Nigeria in the 6th geopolitical zone in Nigeria is a priority for this GovCo. And you've seen that reflected in the composition of the governing council membership. We want to ensure that by the end of our tenure, in the 6 geopolitical zones, anywhere you go, you can physically feel the embodiment of the association. That is the goal, and that's why we call it the PIE strategy, P-I-E. So we're going to have PIE to eat in the next 2 years.
The application of artificial intelligence in the education, health, and financial services sector presents immense opportunities for Nigeria and Africa to compete in the age of the digital technology revolution. With the newly appointed Fintech Association of Nigeria Council, the mandate of accelerating, advocating, and connecting the industry to spur economic growth and sustainable development is expected to be sustained.